Simon Finchley. Welcome to Gone Solo, where we're going to be playing some science fantasy role-playing games by myself. We're going to start off with Keyforge, Secrets of the Crucible, which runs on the Genesys system. And I'm also using Mythic, the Game Master emulator, to take care of some of the Game Master stuff. So I've got tables, and I've got some dice, and I've got some story dice to help us come up with ideas. We're going to be generating the story as it goes. If you're not familiar with the Keyforge setting, Keyforge takes place on the Crucible, which is this impossibly large place where species and landscape features have all been taken from other places in the universe and put all together in this mishmash called the Crucible, and nobody can leave. And no one knows why this has happened or what's going on here. They're just trying to survive here on the Crucible. So the character that we made in the last video, which you can go watch if you want, I don't think it's required, but if you want to check out me rolling some dice and creating our character, we created a character named Fabum Rajasauros, who is a Saurian arbitrator. She has the form of a Rajasaurus, which is kind of like a T-Rex, and she is sort of a Wild West style sheriff who's sent into places on the Crucible where there are disputes or there's no law enforcement, and she helps negotiate and make peace. So she has sort of a brown dust jacket, and that's her armor. It's durable clothing in the system. And she has a weapon that is, I'm calling the Dream Ray. It's a short-ranged pistol that can cause some confusion, some disorientation is the name of the thing. So her desire is while she's doing that, she's actually looking for love. So she's a lonely dino who's looking for someone to love. Some things we need to establish for the Mythic system. We need to establish some non-player characters. I'm just going to keep them really vague right now, and if they come up, we'll get more specific then. So I'm going to say she's got some sort of, we're going to give her like a family member character that might be become relevant. She's going to have a relationship with the governing body that sends her out. So we'll call that the Saurian Arbitrators Guild, or SAG. That's funny. That's also the name of the actors union, so that's funny. Arbitrators Guild. And we'll say she has some sort of local contact. Okay. And no, we don't know anything about these people, but they might come up in the system. And in terms of threads, based on her desire, I'm going to give her a thread of looking for love. But we're going to let the other threads emerge as we go forward. So I think the first thing we need to decide is she's in this wild area, sort of a less civilized place. We need to figure out kind of what place this is and who might be operating here that she's trying to resolve these conflicts with. So I came up with a table to come up with some locations. So we're going to roll up our wilderness area here. So, all right, so I rolled an 11. So this is a jungle or a rainforest. So very dense, lots of trees, lots of animals. Okay, and then I was going to roll a story cube to kind of give us some flavor for this jungle. All right. Oh, interesting. So I got a shooting star. Okay, so what is that telling me? Let's say that this is a jungle where it's always night, because this is the sort of thing that can happen on the Crucible. There can be different environments and different times of day and different gravities in different areas. So it's always night in the jungle, and the plants in this place are bioluminescent. So there's little shooting sparks that go up through the vines and on the trees, and that provides light. So it's kind of like a kind of mystical place. It's really dark, and we'll just call it something simple like the Midnight Jungle. Okay, so we know she's in the Midnight Jungle, and she's been sent to resolve some sort of dispute. I think it's reasonable to say that it's a dispute between two different species on the Crucible. So let's roll up to see which two species are at play. I've got some custom tables here that I made based on materials from the source book. All right, so we've got silicate. So there's a group of silicates that live here in the Midnight Jungle. And there's a group of giants. Okay, so out in the wilds, the Midnight Jungle, there's giants, there's a group of giants, and there's a group of silicates. And what is this dispute about? Let's roll on the Mythic event generator, see if we can get some guidance on that. Okay, so these we roll D100. Now these can get kind of abstract, so when they kind of come up with them, we interpret them. Okay, 85. Negligence. 34. Expectations. Negligence of expectations. So expectations leads me to believe that one of these groups was expecting something to be done by the other one, and negligence means that thing hasn't been done. So maybe there was some sort of a treaty or some sort of agreement that these groups came to that now one of the groups is not upholding. My guess is if it's between silicates and giants, the giants are going to be the one that are not upholding that. But what was this dispute or this treaty about? Let's roll the story cube and get a little bit more information. All right, it's showing sort of a laser and a blast. Okay, I think I know what this is. So the giants have been using their weapons and their rock music in the source book. The giants are performers; they play really loud music, and are being really destructive. And the silicates are probably the agreement was like, hey, like quiet hours or like a zone where this can be done. Because the giants have been really destructive with their weaponry and their fights and their music and their loudness. And so maybe that has been kind of creeping over the border where that was established, or anyway, they're being too destructive, and it's infringing on the silicates' home. Which, silicates, by the way, if you're not familiar with the setting, they're rock people. They're made of rocks, very solid kind of people, and the giants look like this. I just happen to have the poster up. Great. Okay, so we're going to start right in the middle. Fabum has been sent into the Midnight Jungle to resolve this dispute. And she's brought both sides to sort of a neutral meeting ground. Representatives from both sides, so a giant and a silicate. And the silicates are complaining that the giants' noise and destruction are impacting. Well, let's get a little bit more specific about what it is that they might be damaging or infringing on. Oh, so I rolled like a beer mug, like a drink. So maybe the silicates have there's a particular source of ritter or water. Well, I don't know if silicates drink or they need to ingest. Let me check. Silicates. Okay, they do not need to eat in the strictest sense, but they simply absorb the necessary nutrients from the ground beneath them. It could be a water source. It could be like a heavily mineralized water source. She's brought together these two sides in a neutral place. Maybe there's a sort of clearing in the midnight jungle, but maybe there are some like overhanging branches that have the lights on them, so it's all very like, ooh, it's like that all the time in the midnight jungle. And she's brought the silicates forth, and she's brought the giants forth. Let's learn a little bit more about these representatives. Maybe that could tell us something. So we've got this table from Une, which generates more characteristics for these NPC characters. So the giant leader, the giant representative. Let's see. 96, an established 10 thug. Okay. So established to me means that, he's seen as an authority or an elder. He's been so for a while. But a thug means he uses strength, which makes sense for giants, right? They fight all the time. A thug, he's maybe not very nice, and he kind of pushes people around to get his way. The silicate representative is a docile, I see the conflict already, a docile missionary. So missionary tells me kind of more of like religious or cultural figure, and docile means that, we can see why this treaty might have been breached, right? The silicates just don't have the strength to stand up to the giants, which is why they needed an arbitrator to come on in. So, but the negotiations has been at a standstill. Okay, and the giant is like, well, why should we have to silence our music and silence our fights? This is our way of life. That's why we came to the midnight jungle, where we could. We didn't think anybody else was gonna be here to bother us. And the silicates, the silicate leader, is kind of looking. Well, we didn't. I just don't know. And it's really struggling. Okay, so I think Fabum is going to try to charm the silicate leader into speaking up for himself, right? Because she doesn't want to have to come back and keep solving this problem, right? She wants to have the silicates kind of stand up for themselves. So we'll do a charm check. So in the Genesys system, we use narrative dice. Now I don't have the narrative dice, but I do have the app. So 1 success and 1 advantage. She says, Rock, why did you tell Grog over here what it is that's so important that's being affected by this disturbance? Well, it's damaging our silt stream that we used to drink from, and it's very important. Right? Does this have any impact on the giant? I think we'll use the feat chart. This is something. Okay, we'll say things are going well. We'll say that it's somewhat likely that the giant hears this out. 29. Yeah. Oh, well, I do understand the need to drink. I see. So Fabum says, all right, so what can we do that the silicates can still have access to their stream, but you still get to have access to playing your music and destroying things as much as you want? Well, I suppose we could go a little bit further away. We could back up out of this area. There's plenty of space in the wilds of the Crucible. Great. So looks like this is all taken care of. She has resolved the conflict for now. Okay, so we've established this opening event. Now I want to roll for a random event. See sort of how that, if that impacts sort of the way we get out of this scene. 44, which is a random event anyway. Okay, so move toward a thread. Okay, well, the only thread that we have open is that she's looking for love. So the question is there someone here at this meeting who she is interested in, that she might be attracted to? I have no idea. Let's say it's 50-50. 37, yes, there is someone here. Let's see. Is it one of the silicate people or is it one of the giant people? 25, it's one of the silicate people. Okay. Right, is it Rock, the leader that we've been talking to? That seems like they've been working together. I'm going to say that seems somewhat likely. 73. No. So it's someone else in the silicate community. Okay, so the council, the meeting breaks up, but the silicate that she's interested in maybe kind of stays behind a little bit. Have they already established this relationship, or has she expressed her feelings yet? Let's see. 50-50. Oh, no. Exceptional no. She's absolutely not said anything. There's just something about this rock person, silicate, that she likes. So this seems like it's going to be an important NPC. So let's roll on the table. All right. A conservative 81. Performer. Okay. Well, I'm not exactly sure what conservative means in this context, other than this we know that this silicate is a performer, and but they're not like ostentatious. They're not like totally overblown. They're just they kind of keep things in a little bit. So she sees the silicate, but she's like, oh, I may be interested. Is this, the love I've been looking for? Does she go up and talk to this silicate? She is afraid of humiliation. That's her fear. So I'm going to say it's, very unlikely. 10. Oh, no, all right. So it's a yes. Okay. So let's get a name. Beigh. All right. She goes up to Beigh, and maybe there's something about, the particular arrangement of rocks or the color of rocks that she finds really attractive, and she's been working in this area, and so she's like, she wants to spend a little bit more time with this silicate. Let's roll on the narrative dice and see how she does on her charm. She does have a pretty good charm. Great. Oh, whoa. Super success. Okay, great. All right. Well, her search for love is off to a great start. All right, so she goes up to Beigh, the silicate, and says, I've really enjoyed working with you and your people and solving this problem, and I hope, even though my job here is done, that I will continue to see you in the future. I would really enjoy that. And Beigh, the performer rock, says, well, yes, I would, oh wow, I would be really interested in that. Thank you. The question is, does Fabum get to stay, or do they get called off to some other place? I think it's very likely that they have somewhere else to be. 81, yes. So unfortunately, they can't stay and explore their relationship with Beigh, the silicate performer. But we've added that NPC to the list, and maybe that will come back around. All right. Oh, so should we update that thread? Yeah, we'll update that thread to I want to see Beigh again. That evening, she uses her comm bead. She checks back in with the Saurian Arbitrators Guild and gets her next assignment. Is it still within the Midnight Jungle? I'd say that's unlikely. Some other different region. Okay, 34. Oh, it is. Yes. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. 13. Decrease 50. Decrease travel. Okay, so maybe there's sort of a main thoroughfare, a road, or whatever, some sort of way of travel. There's lots of ways to travel in the Crucible. But there's sort of a main thoroughfare that goes through the Midnight Jungle, and there's been suddenly a lot less traffic on that road. The Arbitrators Guild is going to send her to go investigate, see if there's anything else going on. All right, so that's where we're headed. So I'd say she was pretty in control of that scene, which means that our chaos rank goes down. So our chaos reduced to 4. Okay, but now we've got this new thread. Investigate reduced traffic on the road. All right, so our next scene, we are going to go investigate the reduced traffic on this road. Something might be blocking the road. There might be, we have no idea what's going on. She's gonna go investigate, but before we do a new scene, we have to roll on our chaos die, see if, nope, so we're just gonna go investigate. Nothing's gonna interrupt us at this point. Okay, so she gets to the place, and we're still in the Midnight Forest, right? So it's still dark, no matter what time of day it is. It's always night. There's a path clearing. So like, is this like a train track, or there's some sort of vehicle that goes on rails? 50-50, I have no idea. Yes. So there's some sort of, magnetic rail or some sort of train, some sort of fantastic track vehicle. Is there clearly something blocking the road or the track? 50-50, I have no idea. Yes, there is clearly something blocking the road. Roll our story dice to see what kind of a thing it might be. Okay. Oh, it's like the image is a wagon. So it's a big transport. Oh, so is it just that something that's been running on the track has just stopped? Or is it that it's crashed? Has it crashed into something? That seems likely to me. Okay, 82. No. Well, it's not crashed, it's just stopped. Oh, this is really weird. Okay, so there's, this is obviously some sort of transport. Maybe it transports goods or people, and it's been along the track, and it's just stopped. It's just stopped in the middle. And, does she notice? Does she notice anything? Maybe we'll do like a perception. Her perception's really bad. She does notice something, but she got 3 threats. So she does notice something, and it's really, really bad. What's going on? What is it? Oh, okay. I got an angry face. So as Fabum approaches the stopped maglev train car, she just gets this overwhelming sense of like anger, and she's super mad, just loathing, just this total like, just all the icky feelings, just feel totally gross. Let's see, I would say that would be a discipline check. Okay. So yes, she is able to kind of keep herself together, but it's real distracting. If she's going to try to do anything more complicated, it's going to impact her. So she goes up to sort of the front car and tries to open it up. Is it locked? It seems somewhat likely that it would be locked. I don't know. Yes, it is locked. Does she see? Can she look and see anyone inside? 50-50? I don't know. No. Okay. So she's not able to look in. It's locked. There's this horrible sense of dread and disgust and loathing coming up, just sort of radiating everywhere. She's going to try to break open the door and see if she can get in. She is a big dino lady, so no, she's not able to open the door, but she gets a big advantage. She gets a big clue. So she's trying to open it up. It doesn't open, but maybe there's like an AI that comes on and can kind of tell her a little bit about what's going on. Okay, so there's an AI operating the train car, and it goes, TransTech, how can I help you? And she said, your train is stopped. There's just a bad feeling going everywhere. Is there anybody inside? Can you that I can talk to? Can you help me out? Well, I see. The thing is, I don't know if there's anybody inside. So let's find out. At this point, it seems unlikely. Right. Okay. There's nobody inside. No, there's no one who can help you. But you're trying to get in. This is a violation of TransTech terms of service. So I do not wish to harm you. But no. I'm a arbitrator. And I guess she's got a badge. She takes out a badge. and flips it open. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Your train is in the way. It's presumably blocking other traffic, and we need to get it moving. But where is the operator? Oh, exceptional. Yes. Oh, they left not too long ago, and they went in that direction. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Maybe there's a screen. I'm trying to bet. Yeah, there's a screen in the AI. It's like, just pointing that way. So at this point, Fabum is thinking, whatever's going on here at the train, it's maybe not worth getting further if there are people nearby who she can go talk to. So yeah, first of all, are they still there? They found she goes off through the midnight jungle. She's pushing away these vines with the lights that are blinking through and the lights that are coming up through the trunks and stuff. And she finds the clearing where the workers of the train went. Are they still there? I have no idea. 41. No. Okay. Are there signs of struggle? Or, does it look like there's been an attack, or, or if they're just not there? Okay. Are there signs of struggle? No. Okay. Well, she'll go investigate the camp, see if she can find anything interesting. Her perception is not great. Again. No, okay. So not only she's looking around for stuff, but not only does she not find anything that tells her anything about who these people are, but she swings her tail around and knocks over a lantern, and it breaks. She's made noise, and she's probably alerted the people who were nearby, and so somebody comes back. All right, so TransTech, they are at 94. A passionate 37. A passionate sorcerer. Okay, so they are some sort of person who uses amber for magic. And let's see, what species are they? 11. Oh, another silicate. Okay, kind of. Who goes there? Who goes there? Payman says, "Oh, apologies. I am Fabum Rajasauros. I am from the Saurian Arbitrators Guild, and I've been sent to investigate what's been going on with this train. And your AI sent me this way. I broke your lantern. Sorry." So this is going to put them kind of on a bad introduction with this silicate. Who do you think you could be? You're coming into our camp. You're breaking stuff. We're just trying to survive here in the wilds, and we've got things going on. And how dare you? How dare you? She tries to calm them down. Use charm again. Using charm a lot because that's just one of her good skills. No, she's it goes real. She's like, "Hey, look, buddy. Like, I'm just here. I'm not your buddy. Who are you? Get out of here. You can't be here." It's going really poorly. Anyway, she says, "Okay. I was just trying to help. I've been sent here to investigate. Well, we don't need your help. This is an internal company matter, and we're not gonna. We don't want any interference from anybody." Okay. So at this point, I think she's going to cut her losses. She's just kind of step back, but there are some really interesting questions. Okay, this train has stopped. They seem really defensive, and there's something really weird, really bizarre going on with the train. So then we're going to update this thread. I updated the thread to TransTech's mysterious cargo. So something's going on with TransTech. They're transporting something, and it seems like they don't want people looking in on it. All right. I added the TransTech Silicate Ambermancer to the NPC list. It seemed like she wasn't really in control of that situation. It seems like she wasn't able to do or investigate the kind of things that she wanted to. So we're going to increase the chaos factor back up to 5. Okay, so at this point, her investigation didn't go very well. I mean, she found out what was happening, but it seems like there's a sort of a larger intrigue going on. So, and because the person who was working for the train was a silicate, I think she's going to go back to the Silicate Village, go see Beigh, and see if she can get any more information, see if there's a connection. Great, so that's what she's going to go do. Okay, so that's going to be our setup for our third scene. She's going to go back to the Silicate Village and try to get more information and see, the little rock person that she likes so much. But first we got to roll on our chaos die to see if something unexpected happens. Nope. So she's able to get back to the Silicate Village, and it's kind of an interesting situation because it's kind of business, but it's also, she wants to spend more time with this little rock, Beigh, her rock Beigh. Well, what would she do? Maybe there's like a place over by the Silt River, which we established, right? Okay, there's a sort of a Silt River. It's kind of sparkling in the luminescence from the plants and the trees, and it's all very like, ooh, this is so pretty. And she takes them to the riverbank, and so they're sitting and chatting, and she says she has to turn and say, well, it's not just that I wanted to see you, although I did want to see you, but I got a call. I was investigating. There's a train stopped on the tracks, and there's really weird feelings coming off of that, and then I went to go investigate, and there was another silicate, and I could tell that they were an Ambermancer, and but they got really mad, and it seemed like they didn't want me to be around or investigate. I did break their lanterns. That might have had something to do with it. But do you know this silicate, or do you know anything that might be going on? All right. I'm going to say it's... Well, you don't want to say that all silicates know each other, because that's kind of a bad assumption. But because it's in the same area, and there's a group of silicates here, I'm going to say it's somewhat likely that Beigh has heard of this person or knows who this person is. 44. Yes, they do, but we're triggering a random event. Okay, well, this is going to have something to do with the connection. Okay, so we're going to roll our event focus. 53. We're going to close a thread. Oh. Well, we only have 2 threads open, and I think I know which one we're going to close. So Beigh kind of looks over at Fabum and is like, if you're looking into that kind of thing, I think maybe it's best that we don't see each other anymore. I have to agree with whatever their decision was, that you shouldn't be investigating that. So I think it's best that you go now. And Fabum is just totally caught off guard. This was not how this was supposed to go. They were going to find more information, and now they're not going to be able to see this person that they were interested in anymore. are they going to be able to keep it together? They're going to have to make a discipline check. So they're not able to keep it together. So she gets mad and she says, "Well, I'm just trying to do my job, and I don't see why that should have to impact us spending time together." But in the interchange, she does get a little bit of a clue, let's say. I don't know what that clue could be. Let's roll story dice. Okay, the picture's a steaming bowl of rice. And so as that's food, right? So as Beigh walks away, they kind of scoop a handful of the silt from the river and are eating it, and there's just something about the way that they're doing that that makes Fabum think that, oh, maybe this is all connected, the protecting the river and this transport. She's very upset that it didn't work out with Beigh, but she may have stumbled into a larger mystery. So where is this going to happen? What's going to happen next? We'll have to find out. So thanks for tuning in, and I look forward to exploring the next stages of this adventure and discovering what happens next along with you.